Alright, so here is a video of the current state of the B&M and Maine Central Scenic Railroad in N scale. This side here we see is the Dover, New Hampshire yard in the mid to late 1960s. It's part of the railroad that is the most finished right now. It's not finished, but it's getting there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually run this train around the layout and talk a little bit about it as it goes. So on this side, as we see, we've got the yard. Background is all hand painted. One thing to be aware of during the video, you'll notice my lighting is all kind of temporary right now. Once the second level goes up, which has not occurred yet, then I'll be doing LED lighting mounted under the second level. So for now, we just have to deal with being temporary. One thing we see next to the roundhouse here, I finally got the Oak Street Bridge kind of in place. I still need to do some painting and scenicking now of the surface contours, but I managed to get that in place, having gotten my Dremel that allowed me to better cut the stepped abutments out of the cast abutments that I had bought. So we're going to go ahead here and start our train out. Just going to start forward. Start to leave the Dover yard. Okay, I'll move around here some. It's going to come around the corner under the Oak Street Bridge. We're going to see on this other side here we've got a little more painted backdrop, more trees, road going off into the distance, and then we come around onto the Madison, New Hampshire side, which will have a parking lot area with a station, a small station in Madison, New Hampshire in front of it, and then head off into the swampy wooded area north of Madison. Some eskers that'll be treed, and then a marsh area that'll have our culvert that I again finished the abutments. Sorry about the little discontinuity there, but we finished the abutments yesterday. Started to carve part of what is my removable section of the layout so that I can get at tracks that come up from staging underneath. So now we're coming around into what will be North Conway. We see again more painted backdrop here. I gotta touch this up, make the trees a little bit nicer. Right now they're not as good as on the other section. I'm not really an artist, but I'm getting there. So here's where Conway yard will be in station, and where you see where the turntable will be going. And as we come around here, we're going to head into Bartlett, New Hampshire, which will start out with the small station in town. That'll be right in front of that straight section of double track there. And then it'll come around the corner. We see we've got a Y for turning the engines around. In real life, that Y would come towards me, but the restrictions of obviously a layout room, I put the Y in the other direction. And then it comes into Bartlett Yard, where we will again have the old roundhouse, which is not started construction yet. And you'll see here I haven't even added the trees to the background. I've just got kind of the dark hill and mountainous background started. Oh, get a little bit of a track issue there, I think. Oh, okay. I've got to do a little bit of checking on that. Might be a little dirty spot because it was run fine yesterday. And then we're going to come around into the helix, which for now just brings us back down around to the under layout staging. Ultimately, that'll also go up to the second level from Bartlett, and at this point it can go around back through the staging, and I'll have various ways that I'll mask this and produce the Arethusa Falls Mountain over the top of the very top of it. But that's the stated layout now, which is a lot more than the last time I posted anything. Among other things, I've no longer showing just pink foam, which I was really happy to finally at least start to put something down. And that partially scenic with texture on the back is the lift out section. So that's that whole section that lifts out in order to get at the tracks up from staging. And also you'll see there's that lift out section in the back, which I need to seat just a little bit better so the seams won't be quite so obvious. And then I'll find ways to further kind of camouflage it, but again for access to the track that comes back around. And of course then now we just head back around to our Dover yard And that is the end of our layout tour for today.